By the Ringling Bridge in Sarasota, and what you see behind me is Golden Gate. I wanted to do a quick video in regards to the Sarasota market. I've been getting a lot of buyers, so clients of mine, asking me, should I still get into the Sarasota market? It is of no surprise that the market is really hot here. Things have gone crazy really fast, so it's a valid question. Should I still buy in Sarasota if I'm coming from out of town? What will happen to the real estate market? And there is no clear answer because nobody really knows. I wish we had a crystal ball. Forecasting is really difficult because we're in unprecedented times. A lot of experts are actually refusing to even weigh into this question because they don't know either. What I wanted to do is, though, to kind of help you make that decision, is to look at some of the data. So if we look at data for Sarasota Q1, so that's January to March of this year, versus same time last year, for single family homes, the number of unit sales is up by 37%. And the number of listings are down by almost 10%. Okay, so we're selling more, but we have less listings on the market. If we look at condos and townhouses, the story is relatively similar. Number of sales are up by 50%, but the number of listings are down by 3%. So if we look at inventory supply, in a healthy market, you typically have about 6 months supply. Right now, we have less than 1 month supply. And what that means is that it's really giving the sellers an advantage because they're having more buyers competing, for that same listing, and that's also helping to elevate the home prices. Let's talk about average listing price. For single family homes, those are up by about 38%. And that is partially driven by the unbalance of the inventory levels and also buyers who are willing to pay a premium price. So then that beckons the question of what is driving the housing market in Sarasota? I would say first off, it's the low interest rates, the shortage of listings. We have more buyers, less listings, and that is helping to create kind of this boom. Sarasota has become really popular over the last few years. Some of it has to do with Siesta Key, which always seems to be getting an award every year for the #1 beach in the United States. U.S. News rated Sarasota as the #1 place to retire in and the number 16th place in the United States to live in. So over the last few years, Sarasota has already seen kind of an interest in buyers getting into this market, and that has really been propelled forward with the pandemic and people living in big cities such as Chicago, New York, and San Francisco, and they're looking to move somewhere less dense. Now you couple that with the opportunity of remote work, now all of a sudden remote work is really becoming kind of a norm. These folks who are able to work remote and that live in big cities are thinking to themselves, well, if I can work from anywhere, why do I stay in this big city? If I can move down to Florida, things are more affordable there. Housing is more affordable for them. There's no income tax. And then of course you have, the year-round warm weather. Those are all really enticing points for them to kind of make that decision to move down to Florida. Now, what should you do if you're looking to still get into this market and you are asking yourself, is now the right time to buy or not? Here's the way I would look at it, and it's just my recommendation. Of course, you do what is best for you, but the way I would look at it is, if you're moving from one hot market to another, then move down to Sarasota, even though you're going to be paying a premium price, but you're likely going to be selling your home at a premium also, so potentially it's going to be a wash. If money's no object to you, then move to Sarasota if it's going to make you happier than where you currently live. There's some people who are actually looking to move to Sarasota, Florida in general for health reasons. The warmer weather is better for them. Now, I would suggest that you wait. If you're not completely sold on Sarasota, I would say that we're going to get a lot more clarity kind of towards the fall when more people are vaccinated, the ones that want to get vaccinated, and we're approaching kind of herd immunity and we're moving into this new norm. I believe that we'll have a better indication of how the market is going to fare moving into 2022. The only downfall to that is if the market does not go down in the next year or 2 or 3, and then you decide that you really do want to move to Sarasota, or you should have moved to Sarasota, you might have gotten priced out of the market. What is the current situation here in Sarasota? There are not enough listings for the number of buyers we're seeing in this market. I have a few buyers that I'm working with right now, and it's been really hard for them to really find anything for a few reasons. If there's something that hits the market, it can go very fast. Some properties are selling within a day, multiple offers. Unless you're willing to act very fast, you're most likely going to miss out on current listings. Then the other opportunity is to buy a new development. There's a lot of new developments that are being built here in Sarasota, but even they are experiencing a high demand. In a lot of cases, with a lot of builders, they're putting things on hold for a few reasons. First, they're needing to catch up with the demand, but also there's a shortage of supplies. They can't really build anything because the supplies aren't available. So there's a waiting list for a lot of these new developments. My advice to buyers is either act really fast when you come across a current listing that piques your interest, especially if you already know the neighborhood and you've been here before. Or if you're willing to wait a year and a half, then put yourself on a waiting list for a new development. Hopefully you'll get lucky. Maybe you'll get called in within 3 or 4 months, and then by the time you sign your contract, it takes about 10 to 12 months to build. If you can wait a year and a half to move into your new home, and you also want to have a new home, a new development makes the most logical sense. It definitely isn't an easy market to work in right now. It requires a lot of patience. It requires acting very fast, and also understanding that there's a lot of uncertainty with what's happening right now. Hopefully you found some value in this video. Please subscribe to this channel if you haven't subscribed yet. If you found value in this video, also like it, and I'll see you in my next one.